Hello, assalamu alaikum, good morning, khushamdeed, ji ayanu, goeiemorgen.
Bakhair agale, ni hao, judo shumme, washwale, ohio gozaimasu, guten morgen, hola, bonjour, privyet, kaifahal, hale shuma chatore, ahlan wa sahlan, marhaba, buna, mucho, gracias, suavia, bhalli kare, and thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning into PTV World. You watching World this morning alongside my very fantastic co-host, Ms. Shiza Hashmi, and myself, Shahzad Khan. Hello, Shiza. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for asking. What about you?
Well,
sorry, I have to add a question to that as well. Do you think the monsoon season is over? Because, I mean, it's heat again.
Well, it's not really heat again, though.
I think so. I don't like sunny days, probably that's why.
Yeah.
And I just think it's not going to rain anymore because the forecast says so for the week or two.
Yeah.
But does that mean we're going to enter into the winter?
I think that I think that we have almost entered the winter, even though that it's not really cold as well. And I'm looking forward to so many new clothes because, you know, when I went to UK, I shopped quite a lot as well. And majority of our public events take place in winters as well. So I'm looking forward to that. But other than that, yes, I think pretty much monsoon season is over too as well. But I think the most interesting part over here is that yesterday was, I think, the second or third day when I didn't really turn on my air conditioner. I was like, okay, I'm going to save electricity. And it was pretty comfortable under the fan as well.
Yeah, I do agree with you. So same is the case with me. I mean, in terms of the fan, I think we can make do. But I really didn't turn my AC off. But I think you're absolutely right. Yeah. I should, because I really want to be saving on the bills as well.
I think my air conditioner actually kept on tripping. So I was like, you know, not every now and then I'm going to go outside and switch it on. So I was like, okay, I'll be fine under the fan. And I slept like a baby, and I think that was good as well.
Well, but just really happy. Yeah, just really happy. The heat stroke, sort of, or the strong wave is kind of broken down as well.
And that they are gone. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, there was this one thing which obviously was on my head, and it was on my mind, and I just couldn't, you know, get the thought out of my head as well. Where yesterday it was in the news as well that, you know, that a car was being stopped on motorway, and there were people who took away the kids and the lady, and they raped her right in front of their kids as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is very disappointing, and for all of those people who opposed the bill, where it was supposed to be that people who were actually involved in rape should actually be hanged, I think should be the people answering all the questions which people had to ask today.
Here's the thing, Shahzad, I mean, because we are the Islamic Republic of Pakistan. While we're not probably like fully operating on the Sharia law, we do have our own constitution. But I think things like this, which are a massive, I mean, a violation of human rights, should definitely be dealt with Sharia law along with the constitution of Pakistan as well. Yes, you're right. I really want to be pointing fingers at the people who oppose the bill of public hanging of rapists as well. Because, Shahzad, if we did it back then, I'm pretty sure it would have sent a strong message to the rapist or people with a similar mentality too. Because I know it sort of, you know, tires me now. It sort of bothers me just sitting here and condemning things and talking about things that have a grave impression on kids' lives, on women's lives. I mean, imagine how scarred can one be when your mother is kidnapped and abducted rather in front of you, and then, well, I mean, violated of her right to her body or of her right to her life.
And that in front of her kids.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I mean, it bothers me. I cannot shake the feeling of, ever since I read the news, I have been in despair. I really want to be in conversation with the people that can actually make a change. So if any one of you is listening right now, please get to us. So somehow let us know how we can get to you so we can make this stop. This is it. We're really tired of waking every day coming across such news. And imagine, Shahzad, we are just the readers of the news. Imagine the people who have to go through it physically.
And not just that, people, you know, their family members, and you know how it, I mean, I actually have no words, but and then at the same time, I do feel sorry as well for all of those people who've been through such problems, ladies and gentlemen, and there needs to be a solution. And for all of those people who have opposed that bill, ladies and gentlemen, today is the day we ask them the question, whether this is what you were waiting for. I think everybody needs to ask this question.
Yes, agreed.
And since we're talking about all of these menaces which actually exist within our own society, I think that we really need to talk about one's emotional well-being, one's psychological well-being as well. Because whenever we speak about COVID, for example, ladies and gentlemen, there has been 74% spike in people being emotionally disturbed, and it can be because of multiple facets. For example, it can be the finances, it can be the economics, it can be where you're living, it can be your geographical location.
Isolation.
Isolation. There's so many other problems which are related to it as well. But then by the end of the day, why are we even getting this frustrated? Why are we coming down to a point where we actually have to, God forbid, rape mothers in front of kids? I think everybody needs to be out there. Everybody needs to protest, and everybody needs to bring those people out who actually oppose the bill.
Yeah, Shahzad and I are totally on the same page regarding this thing as well. And speaking of how things mentally do impact, Shahzad, this is one of the things. Now, again, that we come, you know, every other day we sort of come across news or information on our mobile phones, which is bothersome. I mean, of course, there is all kinds of news on the internet, but some news just sticks with you. I mean, it haunts your day, it bothers you for the rest of the day or your life as well. So imagine having to go through such news every other day too, and then you imagine your mental well-being as well. Then imagine being isolated and not being able to talk to someone about your mental health as well. I mean, just, you know, having that everything pile on, it can result in a massive, massive nervous breakdown, which I don't think anyone wants. Just, I think this was 2 days back when you had this panic attack. I'm pretty sure you weren't feeling good. We weren't feeling good just listening about it. So I think we really need to deal with each and every single issue at hand and talk about it.
And what makes me more sad is that, you know, ladies and gentlemen, nobody's safe over here. For example, a 6-year-old, a 3-month-old baby, or probably a mother, you know, from in every age category, nobody is safe. I mean, I was traveling on motorway. God forbid something could have happened to me as well. Motorway is no more a safe zone, or probably something really needs to be done about it. But we'll come back to this. We will definitely be in conversation with people. We will have people from Sharia law as well to explain to us how we can probably curb this menace. But not just that, ladies and gentlemen, I think that we really need to talk about the emotional well-being.
Yes, let's do it.
And it's because of the fact that every now and then we do come across such statements where, you know, your family members would be like, you know, oh, it's not a problem. You just need to ignore it. How? You cannot keep on ignoring these issues. You have to recognize those emotions. You have to be vocal about it. You need to talk to somebody so that you actually come down to a point where you think that, okay, you know, I might be a little light-hearted now just because of the fact that I've had a conversation. We do not even find people to have conversation these days as well, ladies and gentlemen. And majority of the times what happens is, you know, you're going to talk to somebody, nazar lag jayegi. Or, you know, if you're going to do this, what will people say? I think we really need to get rid of all of these things, thought processes. We need to be in conversation with people who are professionals, who are actually going to make sure that our emotional well-being is intact, that our psychological well-being is intact, so that we become some productive members of the society, ladies and gentlemen. And this is the day that we start doing it. And me and Shiza are making a pledge. We are going to make you a promise that we are going to advocate for it on daily basis. Promise?
Yes,
promise.
Definitely, definitely. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's start our conversation with the expert we have over here in the studio. She happens to be a clinical psychologist and she happens to be the project lead for Rosen. She's none other than Miss Meera Lodhi. Hello, assalamu alaikum, Meera. Welcome to our show.
Walaikum assalam. Thank you for having me and inviting me to discuss this invisible yet very important issue.
Exactly.
Right. So, sorry, Shahzad, if I can please take it away as well. Now, Meera, here's the thing. We have had psychologists over here on the show. We have had them talk about how to get over the COVID situation. We'll do that, yes. But I want to talk to you about something rather important. A lot of people I know, of course, they've been going through things, but they have this fear of opening up in terms of, you know, even if they were to go see a therapist, a psychologist, psychiatrist, I mean, I want to see there are trust issues maybe, fear of opening up, fear of being judged, fear of not knowing if the next person you're talking to is a safe place. So first of all, how to get over that?
So as you have mentioned, from childhood, and as you mentioned, sir, that from childhood it's being asked to a kid, you be strong. Don't share your issues with anyone else. It's your problem. And if you share with your problem with your family member, they also sometimes tease you, sometimes bully you. And if you share it with your friends, they also don't understand you. So when you don't find someone who understands you, who normalize you, who can empathize with you, so a time comes in life when you start stopping that sharing. And you start keeping that things with yourself and you start hiding them. And it's just like a glass. You're putting in all of your feelings, your bad experiences, your anxiety, your fears in that glass. And a point comes in your life when that glass is over. And then a small thing can just pop up and it can make people commit suicide, which is an extreme step.
It can be devastating, yes, that's true. Now, talking about emotions, there are all kinds of emotions. I'm not really sure about the array of emotions we might have, but a few common ones are, you know, probably being sad, crying, smiling, happy, hugging, you know, all of these, touch. probably, and ladies and gentlemen, I believe, since we are in conversation with the experts, so I think that today is the day where I would love to know how important is touch for a human body. Because every now and then when you get to hug your friends, when you get to hug your mother or father, you feel relaxed and you feel that, you know, that there's something which is giving you this calm and serene feeling as well. But talking about all of these emotions which I've discussed with you, I think crying and being sad is one of those emotions which boys are really not supposed to probably produce whenever they are in a situation. That kind of emotion is not liked by anybody. Yaar, tum to mard ho, or you're a man. So how much damage are we doing to ourselves by controlling those emotions and not letting them out? For example, just crying in the first place. Let's start with that.
Okay, if you talk about crying, it's a natural emotion.
Yeah.
And we don't say the feelings are good or bad. Feelings are feeling. If something bad will happen to you, like you start with the incident which happened on motorway, and you were sad, and that was an incident
I think
which
I
made
was
you
angry,
sad.
I was not sad.
It was, and you shared your emotions of anger as well. So that's not because it's a bad emotion. Anger is not bad. Being sad is not bad. Being crying is not bad. Emotions are a healthy reaction.
Okay.
So when you stop someone of crying, it means you are taking their basic right of, to express their feeling.
Yeah.
It's a natural thing when you have any loss or any experience happened which is like you have no words for that, and it comes in form of your tears, and you express it like that. So you are stopping men, especially in our society, and you just ask them to be strong. Internally they are not strong, but they have to be strong. They have to portray that image in front of themselves as well.
Right, which is not, sorry Shazad, please go on.
That's wonderfully explained as well. But I'm not discriminating based upon genders. But this is one thing which I've learned in my life, or which I've realized most of the time.
That's we have experienced as well.
Yeah, this is something which I've experienced, that women, you know, if they'll feel something is not right, they won't keep it inside, you know, probably for a day, for 2 days. But there will be a day when they will actually be with a friend of theirs, or with the mother, with the father. They will be discussing it, that, you know, okay, this happened, I was very sad. And, you know, they will actually have a vent out.
Okay.
But with men or with boys, you know, this is how we are tamed, or this is how we are brought up, that, you know, okay, it is your problem, keep it to yourself. And all of those things just stay within us. They're not going to go outside. Whatever the financial pressures, whatever the family pressures, peer pressures, you know, whatever the problems you have with friends, they're just with you.
Yeah.
How important it is for anybody to bring them out?
It's really very important. It's just like that if you are having a fever, and it's 1 week of fever, and you have tried all the home remedies, and then you think that it's not going to be resolved by yourself, you need to consult a doctor. Similarly, when you are experiencing any emotion, then you need to consult a psychologist.
Yes.
Many time people think we will take some muscle relaxant, it will make us relax. It will make you relax, but it will not deal with the thoughts process which is going inside your mind.
Yeah.
Right.
And for that process, from last 20 years, we are running a helpline which is working on the emotional health. We have provided counseling to more than 60,000 people.
Oh, is this under Rosen?
Yes, it's Rosen
brilliant.
Counseling Helpline, and its number is 0304 1111 741.
0304 1111
741.
741. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a free helpline. If there's anybody who's feeling as if they're mentally disturbed, they're you know, psychologically not fit, or emotionally not fit, or emotionally unwell, please make sure to call on this helpline. This is for free.
And based on, sorry, I just want to make a point that based on our experience, people are reluctant to share their experiences with someone in person.
Okay.
And as you mentioned, they can be shy, they have trust issues and all that. So it's a telephonic helpline. You don't need to be sitting in front of the people. You don't need to share your identity with someone. There is no one to judge who is coming inside the clinic and who is going through from there, and who is that, what's problem with that. So just pick up the phone and call, and we like our services are available throughout the week from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m.
That's brilliant. And you know what, this is actually an amazing job that you're doing, a social service. Thank you so much for being the change that we wanted in the society. And here's the thing, so you know, when we talk about anonymity, Shazad, I think it's the easiest to stay anonymous and talk about things that you want to. I mean, this is how the internet is working as well, right? The keyboard warriors that we talk about, the people who spread hate as well, they're only spreading hate because they know they're not going to be judged because no one knows who they are. Similar apps, like, you know, there used to be Ask FM where you can anonymously ask a question and not be known. So I think this is the model we're working on for your, organization as well, which is brilliant. I mean, I can talk to someone not knowing who's on the other hand. But here's the thing.
But there's
now
one more important thing I wanted to add to this, you know, the point which you were making about the anonymity as well. And ladies and gentlemen, I think it is for everybody to realize that, you know, is it your well-being which is important, or is it you being anonymous? I think that in my case, you know, if I'm not feeling well, I don't care if somebody knows about me or if they do not know about me. I will be willing to tell people because of the fact that, you know, people are going to learn from it. Not just that, and that I'm working towards my well-being. So, you know, what's the problem with, you know, the doctors knowing it? They're noble people. It's their profession, and they have actually taken that oath that they're going to keep everything, you know, the patient is, it's going to stay confidential. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's always a decision in between your well-being or you just want to be anonymous. Please, and if you can do both at the same time, I think wonderful. But if you cannot, unfortunately, let them know, let the doctors know your problem.
Of course.
And once you will be good, I think you will feel better.
I think, Shazad, you're right where you said that you would want to like openly talk to someone. Yes, that happens to a lot of people. But unfortunately, some people are, like you mentioned, really, really shy. They're paranoid, sort of. They have this, I want to use the term OCD, but I may be wrong over here, of not being able to, you know, open up in front of people in detail about whatever they're going through. So yes, that's covered with Rosen. But here's the thing. We are right now globally going through the second greatest depression. Now, while a lot of, you know, issues that were in our family lives or lives in general would, yes, cause depression or sadness or anxiety, but this pandemic altogether, this was like insanity level, right? So how do we come out of it together? Because this is not an individual thing anymore.
It was very interesting that a concept of psychological first aid. We have listened that there is physical first aid, and if there is any accident happen, you need to know what's the tips and you need to help the person who is in need. But there is a concept of psychological help, first aid, which comes like how to deal with people emotions, how to reach out to people who are in distress, how to tell them the techniques that can be breathing techniques.
Let's talk about how to.
How to do that. So if you are in that situation, the important thing is to normalize the person, that the situation the person is going through, everyone who is in this situation is going through the same situation, and it's difficult for everyone. So not being like, don't give the messages like, you be strong, it's okay, it's over, and it doesn't exist, or such things like that. So just normalize the person. For me, it can be
how do we normalize the person? That's the question.
Whatever the person is going through.
Because you lose control over your, I've experienced it just recently, you lose control over everything. You know, even if you're telling yourself that, you know, you really need to have nerves of steel, it doesn't work because your heart rate's just going up, you know, your hands numb, you know, you just don't feel right, and you're not in your own control.
So what you're going through, you're feeling numb, you are not in your control, that feeling is normal. What you're going through is normal, and anyone who is going from such situation is completely normal. So when we express these things, that it's a normal thing, it itself is a relief that that it's not something which is beyond the control, and most of the people are experiencing it. Then it's important to tell people that deep breathing is very important. Normally we have shallow breathing. It doesn't help us when we are in stress, and we do deep breathing, and in that deep breathing, it's just like a baby breathe. Your tummy needs to arise, and then it's come back. So the deep breathing thing, and then make yourself a priority. Give time to yourself. In this pandemic, we have seen that we have multiple responsibilities. People were at home, they were doing the work from home and managing the things at home as well. So give yourself the priority. The things you like, do the things you like for your own self. We normally do the things which others like. If at 11 p.m. in the night you are dead tired, and you think that you can't get up for your own self, for your medicine or anything, but at the same time, if someone is in need, your friend, your family member, you will get up and you will help them, because that's your priority. Yourself is not your priority.
Exactly, that's true. And I need to ask one more thing, and I think it's going to be very interesting as well, because ladies and gentlemen, for my own self, I think, you know, when you put it in a very humoristic manner, I think that things do get better in your head as well. What do we do about these cheat codes we have in our minds? For example, you know, for myself, what I do is that, okay, if I'm going to sleep an hour before the gym, only then I'll be able to work out well. What do we do with these cheat codes which we have kind of, made sure that we are going to follow them and that we are going to be perfect? We do not take it, as the day comes. So everybody knows, okay, I need this much amount of coffee and I'll be good to go. And if it's this much, they feel as if, they haven't had coffee. So we have these cheat codes in our heads and everybody's got it. How do we get rid of them and just take life as it comes?
As long as it's not causing any harm to you, it's good. If it's keeping you motivated, if it's helpful for you. For some people tea is effective, for some people tea is not effective.
Yeah.
So as long as it helps you, it's good. But if it's not helping you to reach to your target, then there is something you need to discuss. And in the counseling process, it's not like you just call and counselor provides the tips. They empower you. They empower you to understand the problem, the root causes, and help you to deal with it. Because you in the center of your problem know better how to deal with it.
Exactly.
And they just empower you and help you to explore that options. Because when our friend is in need, we can provide them with hundreds of solutions. But when we are in a problem, we are stuck with that.
We're so
problem.
blank, right?
So the counselor helps you to identify that those 100 options which you provide to your friend, which is in your mind, but you can't resolve or you can't think of it at that time.
So very quickly, few last tips before we wrap up this segment for all of those people who are out there. Look into their eyes, talk to them, and tell them how do they actually have to get control over the kind of emotions they feel every single day, and how can they be emotionally well and psychologically well.
I just want to say that it's very important that you realize that it's an issue. It's an issues like you have physical health related issues, and similarly people have emotional health related issues. So awareness and realization is very important. The second thing is to understand it, and then to reach out and talk to some persons who can help you in that. And I will repeat the counseling helpline number again, 0304 1111 741. So you can talk to our counselor and they can help you better to reach out to the targets you have in your mind or the goals in your life. And it's the responsibility of everyone. We as parents, as teachers, as media persons, as professionals, we have to support each other, we have to refer to each other, and we have to race for our own self as well. We have to stand for our
Wonderful and very well explained as well. Thank you very much for giving out the number as well. As people, you can call them for free as well and talk about whatever is disturbing you. But very quickly, I think it's going to be helpful for a lot of people out there. How can anybody realize that they have normal anxiety? Please draw that thin line. Or anxiety which is not good for their health. How do we have any symptoms for that?
That's so important.
Do we get any marks on our skin? Do we get something? How do we realize that, okay, we have anxiety now?
Normal anxieties which help you to reach to the target. But if an anxiety is not helping you to reach out your target, it's not helping you to maintain your daily life. It's not. It's causing hindrance to you to complete your daily functioning which you were used to do. And you are not able to do it because of that anxiety. If you have anxiety of going to some room and you are because of that anxiety you are unable to go inside the room. So it's that anxiety which for that you need to consult a
But some people are really wired that way naturally. I mean, when you talk about their personalities, now personality is something you cannot change at 25 years of age. I believe that. I really believe that because I think you're wired that way throughout your childhood as well. So like you said, there are some things that you just can't seem to do and you need help for that. So here's a little example. I have social anxiety. I cannot do crowds, or I cannot do meetings or parties or whatnot. I just cannot. Although, I mean, when we look at the type of my job, I think this is what I should be doing, but I just cannot, right? I mean, in terms of meeting people and stuff, but I just cannot. So would you tell me that, oh, you need help, oh, you need medicines? This seems to be a long-term problem.
As you said, personality can't be changed. So personalities can be changed.
Really?
Throughout our life, we have different personalities.
We can make minor changes. We can't do 180.
It's up to our mind.
Okay.
How we are thinking of that particular situation, and if there is a social anxiety you are having, there are multiple things comes in your mind when you're going to gathering, when you're going to meet some people. So for that you need to talk.
If I'm going to be in conversation with someone who actually knows me already, or do I have to sit alone? You know, all of these questions.
So there are multiple things.
But this is very normal, and I think that you can pretty much change that. Probably you can ask your partner to accompany you as well, and you will feel more
We're both
comfortable
the
as well. And this is something which I've been doing as well. I've been taking my friends.
Nice.
I've been taking my friends to such events as well. But thank you very much for being with us, Meera. It was wonderful to be in conversation. And for everybody who's out there, ladies and gentlemen, while I was asking my questions from Meera, this one thing which I just realized, that back in 2017, on the same show from PTV World, I've been telling people that 2020 is actually going to be a hard year in terms of depression and anxiety.
For real?
Yes, and I'm going to bring those shows out as well, and I'm going to share them with you. And we kind of did a great job in letting people know, because there was then, in 2017, there was this research which said that the death toll is actually going to rise in 2020, and it's going to be horrible because of the fact that people are going to be depressed, and they will have anxiety, and there will be other mental issues and problems.
I mean, if there was a death toll prediction already, there are so many things that need to be answered.
Yeah.
But keeping that on a lighter note, ladies and gentlemen, right now we're heading to a very short break. And when we come back, we will have something to sort of, well, lift your mood up. Because for me and Shahzad, music works out all the time, no matter whatever we're going through. So let's see if it works out for you. Stay tuned. Good morning. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Well This Morning. Like every other day, Shahzad and I are here to lighten and brighten up your screens as well. And we really hope that you're having the biggest meal of your day, that is the breakfast, in a healthy manner too, because it shapes your day. And it is a fact, it's proven, I've tried and tested.
Exactly, wonderfully said as well. And ladies and gentlemen, not even a single day that I've left my place without having breakfast.
And that too paratha for you.
Yes, yes. And it's just because of the fact that my mother has always made sure that every kid who's actually going to step outside the house is going to have something to eat. Otherwise, we cannot go to work or school or university or wherever we were supposed to go. So please make sure that you have some healthy breakfast as well to yourself. And it definitely is going to improve your mood. For all of those people who do not eat, I know. And even at times, you know, when I have to improve the way I'm feeling, I'll look for some good food as well, ladies and gentlemen. It helps at times.
You know, this
not
concept of being hangry, which means being angry when you're hungry, I think it's real and it happens, right?
Exactly. So from hangry to sangry, ladies and gentlemen, we're actually going to move on to these wonderful musicians and vocalists over here in the studios who have just joined us as well, so that we can make sure that they are going to uplift our moods and give us some emotional stability and psychological stability as well, because
so
they
important.
say that, you know, please listen to some good music and you will feel relaxed. So this is our attempt of good music, ladies and gentlemen. Not really music, but vocals. So we're very lucky that we've actually been joined by two singers over here in the studios. First up, Mr. Bilal Mirza. Hello, assalamu alaikum, good morning.
Walaikum assalam, good morning.
How are you, brother?
I'm absolutely fine.
It's good to see you over here in the studios.
Thank you, thank you,
thank you very much. And alongside Mr. Bilal, ladies and gentlemen, we're very lucky that we've actually been joined by another singer, and she is Rubab Hussain. Hello, Rubab. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
Walaikum assalam.
Kaisi hai aap?
I'm fine. What about you?
Absolutely perfect. Thank you very much for joining us. Wonderful to have you. So, who wants to sing the first song, you or ye? Let's get started straight away.
Ladies first.
Ladies
first. All right. So it's Rubab's turn.
Chivalry is not dead, I guess.
Come on, Rubab, what are you going to sing for all our amazing viewers who are out there?
Yeah, sure. मैं जीवा तेरे नाल जीवा दिन चार पावें जीवा 100 साल मैं जीवा तेरे नाल जीवा दिन चार पावें जीवा 100 साल तेरे कदमां विच मर जावां तेरे कदमां विच मर जावां दुनिया देवे मिसाल मैं जीवा तेरे नाल जीवा दिन चार पावें जीवा 100 साल कीते नी वादे झूठे खाइयां नी कसमां कीते नी वादे झूठे खाइयां नी कसमां असां नहीं मनियां जग दियां रस्मां रल के कटड़ियां धुप्पां छावां सहनियां ठड्डियां तत्तियां हवावां रब भी सोचे रस्माना ते रब भी सोचे रस्माना ते जोड़ी बड़ी कमाल मैं जीवा तेरे नाल जीवा दिन चार पावें जीवा 100 साल
Wow. That was wonderful.
This was really nice and really melodious.
Yes, and it has had an impact on the way we were feeling already, and it was wonderful.
Thank you so
You have
much.
such a sweet voice. When did you start singing?
I was a kid. I think I can't remember very well, but I was a kid. Then I realized my own self. I'm good in singing.
Oh, nice.
And then I started. My family was so restricted about it, but now my mother is so supported for me.
Oh, nice.
But that's why
So I think she was just looking out for you that you, when you grow up, you can be a singer, but not as a kid.
I was in school, I remember, and I realized that I'm good in singing. And my parents is very supporting for me, especially my mom. That's why I'm here right now.
That's really sweet.
That's great. But you know, whenever we actually find a kid who's in school and who's got good vocals, every now and then the teachers kind of request them to, you know, probably do something in the assembly or probably, or probably annual days or you know all of that. So did you do that too as well?
Yes, lots of time. Yes, all time. Like I was very famous in my school as some songs are different Mili Nagmas and another
So
things.
are you ready to be famous now?
Yes, definitely.
Because you're on television now, alhamdulillah, so you truly have that talent.
Yes, inshallah.
Ready?
Yes, definitely ready.
Wow, wonderful.
Nice. All right, so Bilal, since the last time you came, there's one thing that's changed. You have released a new song, all by yourself with some collaboration, of course.
Yes.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
We will probably in the next episode or something, we'll share that with the people as well.
That's so nice of you.
Right. So for now, what are we going to listen from you?
सावन भी तो जाए पे हरवा.
Oh, wow. Do it. I can't wait.
Yes, I'll try. Okay. सावन भी तो जाए पे हरवा, सावन भी तो जाए पे हरवा, मन मेरा घबराए, मन मेरा घबराए, ऐसो गए परदेस पिया तुम, ऐसो गए परदेस पिया तुम, चैन हमें नहीं आए, चैन हमें नहीं आए, मोरा सैया मोसे बोले ना, मोरा सैया मोसे बोले ना, मैं लाख जतन कर हारी, लाख जतन कर हार रही, मोरा सैया मोसे बोले ना, मोरा सैया मोसे बोले ना, प्यार तुम्हें कितना करते हैं, प्यार तुम्हें कितना करते हैं, तुम ये समझ नहीं पाओगे, तुम ये समझ नहीं पाओगे, जब हम ना होंगे तो पहरवा, जब हम ना होंगे तो पहरवा, बोलो क्या तब आओगे, बोलो क्या तब आओगे, मोरा सैया मोसे बोले ना, मोरा सैया मोसे बोले ना, मैं लाख जतन कर हार रही, मोरा सैया मोसे बोले ना.
Wow.
If I was not wired up, you would receive a standing ovation. This was amazing, amazing.
You guys are doing a wonderful job as well. And meanwhile, while you were singing and while we were actually sharing images of you singing, Shiza was actually kind of looking towards me and she was like, you know, I probably want to learn the way you sing as well. So, you know, what are the few quick tips you would love to give to our viewers as well that, okay, you know, these are the few basic things. If you can do that, probably everybody can sing.
You should have that passion. When you want to sing, then you should have that kind of passion for singing, and you should be a good listener as well.
But Bilal, I don't think that passion is the only. I have the passion for singing. When I start, everyone leaves the room. So
they don't have the passion of listening. You know, that's the problem.
I have seen many singers who are not that much good in sur. Okay. But they are famous. I won't take names, but
yeah, I get
happens.
it. I get it. Yes.
Yes. So this doesn't matter, and I think if you think that you can sing, then you should do it.
Really?
That's it. Yes.
Well, my family has to bear with me now. Bilal motivated me. I'm going to do it. All right. So you're
give it a try then. You know, if you got that motivation, come on.
I knew we would come here.
I think you can share a Milli Nagma with all of us.
No.
Tum hi se hai mujahido.
Yeah, we will definitely probably close the show with that, right? where we're all singing together.
We'll do
but Bilal, you're doing
your
computer.
She always kind of gets away, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you, I have tried so many times, but she gets away.
So you're doing your computer sciences, right? And you're also working and sort of wrapping up your degree and also paying attention to your music and whatnot. So first of all, how are you managing this? Second, when you inshallah graduate, do you plan to make this as a profession?
Well, I'm currently working as a software engineer in some software house. If you remember, when I was here, that's my first time, and I said, when you get some opportunity, then you should grab it.
Right.
Yeah.
So I got an opportunity that made me to work.
Okay.
As my teacher asked me if you are available, so you should work and you should earn as well. So I think that I should give it a try, because in practical life you have to bear with many things, like you have to work, you have to you know, continue your singing as well. So it will, you know, just tell me that what should I do when I'll graduate. At that time I will have to manage these things as well, because I can't, you know, quit singing. I will do it for the rest of my life, and I will have to earn as well. So I will see if I have some platform, you know, if I'm that famous to earn through singing, then I will definitely do.
Why not? Why not? All the best for your future endeavors as well. But Bilal, very quickly before I move on to Rubab as well, this is one thing which I always used to think, that if I could sing, you know, which I was horrible at, but I always wanted to, you know, kind of sing for people whom I loved.
Yes.
Do you have somebody whom you have loved and you have been singing songs for them?
No, seriously.
Oh,
no.
really?
No.
He's a software engineer, he's working already, and he's not have had a loved one. You know, it can be your mother, your father, you were taking it the other way. I'm sorry that you were taking it the other way. But that's what I said. Yeah, has your mother requested you any day that, you know, Bilal, come on, sing me this song today?
Obviously, my mother is blessed with some good vocals as well.
Wow.
Alhamdulillah.
Nice.
But she doesn't sing. So I told you first time that I am more into Sufi music as well.
Yes.
So she loves to listen to some songs. So she sometimes asks me to, Bilal, listen to some old songs, and I'm good at it as well, like old Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan's and Mehdi Hassan's song.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And my father as well. We are religious, but they appreciate me in that way as well.
Exactly.
That's
Wonderful.
brilliant.
Let me move on to Rubab now. So Rubab, you know, I think I have the same question for you too as well. Does your parents make you sing? You know, for example, you guys are sitting on a dinner table and all of a sudden your father's like, Rubab, come on, can you sing a song for us? Have you ever done that?
My mom all time said, and my mom has a very beautiful voice, and we are.
Who's better, your mom or you?
My mom.
Wow, that's cute.
That is a safe answer.
She is the first inspiration for myself, and then Madam Noor Jahan and Ma'am Lata ji also.
Wow.
And she sings very well.
Exactly.
So
And as we say, music, ladies and gentlemen, has no boundaries. Music has no language.
Yes.
I think whatever your heart kind of absorbs is music, ladies and gentlemen. So
Yes,
whatever
yes,
it is,
definitely,
you know.
definitely.
So now, very quickly, what I want to ask you is that to be a singer, to perform on stages, and to be on a platform where people recognize you, you obviously have to do your own music. You cannot keep on singing, you know, covers. Are you working towards that?
yes, definitely. I'm working, and inshallah, after 1 or 2 months, inshallah, you can listen a beautiful song from my side. And
Have you written it yourself?
sorry.
Have you written it yourself? आपने खुद लिखा है वो गाना?
No.
लिखवाया है
No,
किसी
yes,
से?
yes,
क्या
definitely.
कुछ बोल आप उसके हमें बता
No,
सकते
not yet, right now.
एक या दो बोल तो आपको आज बताने
No, it's not
दो
like.
बोल उसमें का लगता होगा की लगती क्या बोल है उसको उसका सब्जेक्ट क्या है what is the subject of that
What is
song
it about? Is it a
Actually,
love song?
Yes, it's love song.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
so it's not like not prepared properly yet,
it.
but inshallah I will share with you.
So when you
that.
release it, inshallah, you should come back on the show.
Yes,
and-
sure.
एक लाइन तो आज होनी
Oh my God!
चाहिए serious
Seriously?
एक लाइन उसकी होनी चाहिए हमारे लिए सबके लिए हमारे viewers के लिए देखिए for something which ladies and gentlemen is still in the process we are going to share it with you please come
She
on
says she doesn't even have the lines on her
Yes,
yet.
that's why I
एक लाइन कुछ तो होनी चाहिए यार।
कुछ भी.
हाँ
Okay.
Take your time. Take your time.
Even I can't understand what I'm going
All
to
right,
It's
so maybe
perfectly
you know
all
what?
right,
I'll
perfectly
change the
all right.
situation for
Yeah.
you guys. So here's the thing: since we're short on time, Shahzad and I are going to wrap up the show.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you both decide among yourselves if there's a song you can do together, and we will end the show on
and we
that
want a
song.
patriotic song from you guys okay
Oh, isn't it? Okay,
Yeah.
sure. Any song that you'd like, maybe a patriotic, or maybe
Okay,
a
it's a
Pakistani
Milli Nagma.
song.
yeah we want a million Nagma.
Any Pakistani song, right?
No, I wanted to listen to a patriotic song, but now my producer is like, okay, let's listen to a Pakistani song. I think Pakistani or patriotic
Any song. All right, you guys discuss.
Any song or Milli Nagma?
Milli Nagma, yes, patriotic song.
Shazad, do you wanna, I mean, get it all together?
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, let me get it together as well. Whatever you guys decide together, we can listen to that, but it needs to be a Pakistani song as well. But for everybody out there, ladies and gentlemen, you know, just in the repeat, which is going to be at 5 past midnight, look what we did in the first half, and just keep an eye on what we did in the second half as well, and you will see how our moods transformed just because of the fact that we were listening to some good music.
Most definitely so. Regardless of that, I think that one thing that we initially, started our show with, that still remains. We really want to, speak up for human rights, probably in no matter what part of the country we're talking about, no matter what person or what segment of the society that person belongs to. Everyone has rights to humanity, rights to life of their own, and rights to safety as well. Very quickly, please write us on our Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube page with the name of
World This Morning.
Yes, and the repeat you can catch like Shazad
5 past midnight, ladies and gentlemen. I wanted to give out a message, but we're short on time, so I'll do it tomorrow. You have to remind me.
Yes.
Go ahead, take it away.
आपिया इन नैनन में जो पलक ढांप तो है लूं ना मैं देखूं गैर को ना मैं देखूं गैर को ना मैं तो है देखन दूं सांसों की माला पे सिमरू में पी का नाम सांसों की माला पे सिमरू में पी का नाम अपने मन की मैं जानूं पी के मन की राम
सांसों की माला पे सिमरूं मैं पी का नाम सांसों की माला पे सिमरूं मैं पी का नाम
अपने मन की मैं जानूं पी के मन की राम सांसों की माला पे सिमरू में पी का नाम प्रीतम का तो दोष नहीं है प्रीतम का तो दोष नहीं है वो तो है निर्दोष वो तो है निर्दोष प्रेम की माला जपते जपते हो गई मैं बदनाम सांसों की माला पे सिमरू में पी का नाम
सांसों की माला